Hi, I'm Amy, and I have this neat little trick that I learned from a friend years ago. If you ever find that you have a blood stain on something and you don't know how to get rid of it, and it's like your favorite article of clothing or something, you're probably gonna wanna figure out a way to get that blood stain off so you can keep using it, right? So here's an article. This is actually a pillowcase. I managed to get blood on a pillowcase. Can you imagine that? Please don't. Anyways, so all you need is a bar of soap. This happens to be Jurgens, but I've used Dial in the past, and then also some hydrogen peroxide. There we go. So sorry, everything's backwards here, but you get the idea. Hydrogen peroxide and Jurgens soap and a little bit of water. Okay, so to get started, we're gonna start with that little bit of water, and I'm just gonna let you see the action instead of my face, okay? Because this is what is important. Okay, and so I got some water on there, and this stain is about 3 weeks old, by the way, okay? I just did not get around to cleaning it because it wasn't a priority of mine, but pillowcases just don't tend to be for me. Anyways, so you start by taking your bar soap and rubbing on there. You can go as gentle or as firm as you want. The action is most important here is the fact that you're rubbing the soap onto the wet material and giving it a chance to work its way into the material, okay? So as you can see, it's wet, it's got soap on there. Now I switched to my fingernails because I like my fingernails better. If it was fresh, you could probably just stick with just the bar soap, but I know this has been there for a while. So I add my fingernail to the deal, and I just give it a good working because that's part of the deal too. And so you kind of work it in different directions because the stain is what it is, and it's been there as long as it has, so it'll definitely make my point. And now the other side I've been holding on to with my other hand, so now I can flip it over and reverse it and work on the other side for a few minutes. And then from there, and if you can tell, I'm using my fingernails almost exclusively now. This has been here a while, so you kind of have to use your fingernails for this part. But the soap is definitely key to getting things moving. So my bad for taking so long here, but this is definitely a lot longer than I normally let a blood stain go. And it was hopefully to prove the point that I can get this thing clean. And it's one of my favorite pillowcases. I've not been a fan of yellow most of my life, but recently I've just come to like it better. And so I want to save my pillowcase as best as I can. Now I don't know if this one's going to completely come clean because of the style of the stain. That was not intentional. But it is what it is. So anyways, so you've got soap worked in there pretty good. You can see there's a ton of soap into the material now. And I just keep going and going here because I know every direction. It's kind of like you work it in every direction just to give it what it needs, okay? So now it's really faint. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to use the hydrogen peroxide to pour on it to give it a little bit of a, oh shoot, I got stuff in there. So I'm just using a cap full here today. I may have to pick out the pieces here. All right, hopefully this goes as well as the last one did. Last one I didn't film very well. Okay, so now it kind of bubbled up a little bit, and if you look on the other side, it really bubbled up. And that's what you want. You want to see the hydrogen peroxide reacting with the soap on the material, because what happens is so magical. Oh gosh, that's lint. I'm scratching at lint. The lint happened to be about as dark as the blood stain. Okay, so as you can see, I've worked that in. We've got the foaming action going. I'm gonna rinse it now. And as you can see, no stain. I can't find it. Can you? Can you find the stain? I think it's gone. Yay! What a neat little trick, right? So try this on the next thing you can think of that you'd like to save, and you'll be surprised at what you can do. And I love that it's cheap, and I love that you can save yourself from having to go buy a new shirt or something, okay? Have a good day.